Well, hello guys, long time no see. It's been probably a couple of months since I uploaded a video here on good old YouTube world. Work has been hectic, worked right up to the 22nd of December, but that's all done with now. We're off for at least 10 days now. We need a rest, we need some fun, and we need some car time. So, today's going to be a big update of what's been going on with Bernie the Vanden Plas. He's been in the garage a couple of times for a few jobs that needed doing, and we're still not quite there yet, believe it or not, but I'll give you an update. We're going to go for a drive. The weather here in Surrey today in December is stunning, the best day we've had for a long time. And we're off work and it's playtime, so we're going to go out for a little mooch in the car today. Always get thumbs up and waves and, you know, giggles and laughs when I take Bernie out because no one sees him anymore. But first of all, we're going to give him a good clean over because the mechanic had his greasy mittens all over it. So we're going to give him a clean up and then we're going to get out on the road. And there's also a big announcement. We've got a new car in the yard. That'll be revealed after we've gone out for a drive. We'll come back to the yard and I will reveal all. You're going to like. Time to go and find some traffic, which won't take long. I'll give you an update. If you haven't seen this channel before, my channel before, I want to give you an update on the car because I've owned it for just over a year now. There's a bit of a backstory to that. Just before I get onto that, we're driving down a lovely road called Palace Road. Just check out the houses in the background. This is in East Molesey, right near Hampton Court, and I live like a mile just down the road in Walton-on-Thames. But this is such a beautiful area. You've got Bushy Park, which you'll be seeing in a moment. And we've got Hampton Court Palace, which you'll see as we go over the bridge. So yeah, this is Palace Road, it's beautiful. Anyway, nice area to live, and the weather's pretty good today for December. So just a quick update. Well, is it me, or is everyone's driving gone to bollocks during Christmas? What's this guy doing here? He's just sitting in the middle of the road. I'm not sure what he's doing. He's got a car that's too big for him. What is he? Oh, he's trying to get in the driver's. I don't know what he's doing. Anyway, yeah. Do you think people's driving goes to pot at Christmas? Because I do. Oh, we'll just do a 3-point turn where there isn't room to do it. There you go. I'm having a right on moan already, and I. So yeah, people's driving I think gets worse at Christmas, whether they've got too much on their minds or whatever, or they don't drive very often and they're out and about. I don't know. Anyway, update time. Just a couple of minutes. Fast forward if you want. So I bought this car back in November. This Vanden Plas Posh Allegro off the Wheeler Dealers programme. And we did the filming in November in Walton-on-the-Water in the Cotswolds, and that was in November last year. And I thought it was just going to be as simple as they'll take it back to the studios, do the posh little pictures, shots at the end like they do, the montage, and I'll get it delivered in early December 2022. That never happened. There's another one doing a 3-point turn in a great big Range Rover. What the fuck? What are they doing? Seriously, I'm not joking, people's driving is crap this time of year. I don't know what he's trying to do. Too big a vehicle, who needs a great big Range Rover like that? Absolutely ridiculous. So, yeah, I get a call early December. Some of you have heard this before, but I'm just sorry, the camera's very wobbly today. But I'm gonna, sorry, here we go, yeah. So, thinking I'd get a call for it to be delivered, but there was a known issue with the gearbox on this. It's an automatic, and they're a bit of a fragile gearbox. And they said, we can't sell the car like it is, we're going to get it repaired for you and get it back to you. And they said, obviously it's coming up to Christmas 2022, and it'll take a couple of months. And I said, okay, that's good, because I won't use it much in January and February, that's all perfect. Anyway, it didn't quite pan out like that, because you know what classic car garages are like, they do a bit on them and they're waiting for a part, they do another bit. Anyway, long story short, 7 months later I got the car. It just took forever to get it back together, and it was in Norfolk, so it was nowhere near where I lived, and I couldn't see the guy and sort of chase him up. It was all hundreds of phone calls. Anyway, so we get the car in August 2022 this year, so not long ago, and it was initially okay. It was driving okay, but the car had been sat previously for 10 years in a garage. So the first problem that arose was the wheel bearings. I think what had happened was the grease had sat at the bottom of the wheel bearing, and the rust at the top had cut through it, and the vibration was horrendous. Anyway, we found some traffic on the right, it's Hampton Court Palace. So yeah, the traffic's pretty bad around here. Oh, it's into Kingston. We're going to have to do a different route here. I think I'm going to go round this roundabout and head towards Hampton. Anyway, this is horrendous. Yeah, so round and roundabout we go. And yeah, so the wheel bearings needed doing. At the time also, one of the brake discs, I was getting a really bad vibration from it, and it turned out one of them was warped. Round the roundabout we go, people are confused. I mean, like we're going off towards Hampton to find a bit more traffic. And so I went down to Southampton to a good friend, Andrew Perman, hello mate, to get some spare parts that he had. So it's a set of brake discs, some engine mounts and a few other odds and sods, and then I got some pads online. So I went into the garage. I'm going to do a tot up of everything, so you'll see what it costs to run a humble Vanden Plas Allegro. So it was a couple of £100 for parts, but anyway, I'll put all that up in a minute. And then into the garage it went to have all those parts replaced, and the car was transformed. It was absolutely transformed with the new wheel bearings and the brakes. So that was just down to a lack of use, because the guy that rebuilt the engine literally just sent it straight down to me, so no one had really test drove it. Then these cars come with hydrogas suspension, not what everyone else says hydroelastic. That was before, that was rubber. This has got hydrogas. And Ian and Dawn Kennedy, hello, up in Telford. They do a mobile service, so if you ever got a car with hydrogas, they are the people. They'll come down, take your old hydrogas spheres off and put recharged one in, all refurbished. They paint them gold colour, and they're all refurbished, and they check over the system. If there's anything they spot on the way through, they'll change it. But they are absolutely brilliant. Price comes up for that now. And so that was all done. So the car was just, again, the ride was transformed now, so we were running good. Then I noticed that because the back of the car, if you do watch the Wheeler Dealers program, there's loads of them of this car on YouTube now. One on my channel, and then other people have uploaded it. There's a pin strut that runs around the car, and they had sprayed the back of the car, which they've done a very good job. The paint, I can't see the difference myself. Sorry, this is going to be more than 5 minutes, but you can forward if you want, but it's quite interesting. And I got my friend Danny. Hi Danny. He came from up north all the way down. He was visiting family, and he's a professional sign writer and does car stripes and all that. And as he started peeling the old ones off, he said, I don't want to take one off that's got lacquer on it, because we'll be in big trouble then. And I said, yeah, fair enough. One of the doors had 3 pinstripes on it, where it had been laid over, and the other side had 2. So we took it down to the one that had the lacquer, which was only about 3-4 mil thick, which is probably the right size. So we've put a slightly wider one just to mask that over, and it's done the whole car. And it just makes it pop. You know, if you've got that, and it was a very different colour on the back than what the Wheeler Dealers people have put on. It was different thickness, and it didn't match. But now it does. So that was that. Then I broke down. Well, my fault, sort of. There's one job on this car that needed doing, it's the fuel gauge. Because it sat in a garage for so long, the sender, I believe, had stuck, but it was a bit more than that. So I was getting about 10 to the gallon. This car was running so rich, richer than Elon Musk. And so we're heading back round towards Hampton now. So it went into the garage about a month ago, a local garage that deals with spare classic cars. There we go. No, you're not. You were, but you decided not to. Christmas spirit and all that, you let me go? No, you can't go anywhere, you're going to go into a traffic jam. I'm having a right old rain today, thank you. It went in and he said, oh yeah, it's running way too rich, so he goes, your carburetor's completely black inside, and you need new plugs and new leads. And it had the original leads on it, but 2 of them were failing, so we've got a new set of leads, new set of plugs. And it took about 3 weeks, because they do a bit, don't they, and they go on with another car that's probably earning them more money, and they go back on it. So what it turned out with, that they cleaned all the carburetor out, so it runs lovely, but there was because this dashboard come out for the Wheeler Dealers refurb, it was all hydro dipped, and it looks stunning. It's just a nice thing to look at. They'd broken a pin, or someone had broken a pin on the back of the fuel gauge contact, so the auto electrician had to come out, and he repaired that. Then they shorted it out, or earthed it out on the tank, and then the fuel gauge popped right up. So that now does prove that the last job to do is the sender. I'm getting MGB one, I think, and that fits in there with a little bit of modification. But if we'd changed that, gone ahead and done that and assumed it was that, it still wouldn't have worked, because the contact was broken on the dashboard. But that's the hard bit done. He doesn't need to call anyone out to do the sender, that he'll just do that for me. So that's not a big job. It's easily accessible underneath. So that's pretty much where we are at with it, and I'll give you the price for that now as well, and we'll do a big grand total of what the car cost me as well, and all the bits it's cost to get it right. Because you probably think, oh, Wheeler Dealers, they do everything. They just got it running, and they got it looking pretty. They did all the hydrogas, they got it looking pretty. And they didn't do the hydrogas, they just pumped it up, which doesn't work, it just makes it harder, because the nitrogen at the top of the chamber had escapes over the years. If you haven't got that, you've got no cushion effect. So yeah, anyway, So the last job to do is get that sender put in, and the headlining's gone. The fabric's fine, so whoever's done it hasn't used, there's meant to be a high temperature glue you're meant to use, because obviously this gets red hot in the summer, that roof, and the glue's given up, but the fabric is on my side because there's not a mark on it. Oi! He just jumped the lights, that car that went across, big time jumped the lights. The fabric's not got a mark on it, it's a lovely colour, it's the right one, but it just needs re-gluing. So there's just 2 more jobs to do until something else crops up, but at the moment it's the sender and that headlining. But anyway, that's enough of that, we're going to go for a drive. I've just pulled over, we've just gone through Hampton into Teddington now in Middlesex. We're going to head to Bushy Park now and just do a little bit of music overlay in a minute. I'm going to try and get someone to film the car on the move, because I don't think I've got any footage of me with this driving actually, you know, the actual posh shots they do these days, all the motion shots. So we're going to see if we can find someone who would do it, otherwise we'll have to do something another day. But let's get over to Bushy Park now and I'll show you around there. So sorry for the wobbly camera there. So we're in Bushy Park now, we're in the middle of it. You used to be at, this is, who come up with this idea? So when COVID come along, you used to be able to drive through this park from the Teddington side through to the Hampton Court side. And they've said, nah, what we'll do is now we'll put a blockade, which you probably saw in the video just now, right at the halfway mark, so you can't actually drive through. So what does that do? Puts all the traffic, just that side is Kingston upon Thames, and it's busy today with the shoppers and everything. So what it does, it just gridlocks all around the park, whereas before it used to just flow through. It was brilliant. It just released the pressure off both sides. So now it's all got to go round. Who come up with that idea? Nuts. Walking on Thames now. I've just stopped for a cheeky little Christmas pit stop. I'm just going to find a bit of shandy because I'm just literally a mile from home. So just before we get back to the yard, having a pit stop, and I thought I'd tell you why I need this second modern classic, I guess. Bernie's great. He's running lovely. That's the first bit of miles we put on him. Now he's all running up properly, and it's just running better generally now, and the fuel economy should be better. But he's automatic, so he's very sedate, and I don't know about you, but he's coming up for 48 years old, and I don't like to take him too far. He's a local sort of pub car really, and goes, you know, we go around sort of local places of interest and stuff. I don't like taking him too far. There's something, I've got a bit of anxiety about it with the older car. So this car's a lot younger, a lot faster, and has a massive club scene, if not the biggest club scene of classic cars and modern classics. So we'll have this point, get back to the yard and a reveal. Back at the ranch, it's time for the reveal. There's been a bit of build up to this, I know. So this, when I show you this car, I'll show you why I bought it as well. It's made Bernie's future slightly uncertain whether I'm going to keep him. I know, you know, you'll see all the figures that I spent on him, but that's because I wanted to make him right. And all my cars, I like to get them to another level. But over the years, because when you've got space, you fill it with cars. And at one point I had about 7 cars in here, and it's nuts with the tax, insurance and MOTs and everything. It just gets out of hand and the hobby becomes a bit of a drainer. Been there, big time. It can empty your bank account in 2 seconds. So as much as I love Bernie, and although I've only owned him for just over a year, there was waiting for him for a long time, did hit me a little bit, and good things come to those who wait, they say. But we'll see what happens with Bernie. Let's just leave it at that at the moment. At the moment he's here, but that could change in the future because we might get all them.
Shush, don't blow the cover.
Bernie might just sit there, so I don't want that. I'd rather, you know, someone used him. But anyway, sorry I look a bit dishevelled. We had a party last night, so anyway, Christmas party. It's a good opportunity to wish you all a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year in a week's time or so. And I hope you are all well and healthy, and you haven't got the cold that I had last week. My God, it was vile. But anyway, all the best. Have a good Christmas, guys. Here's the big reveal. Enjoyed this little video. As I say, it's been a couple of months, but there's been a lot going on, as you can see in the background. There's been wheels and deals going on all over the bloody place, keeping Bernie on the road as well. Anyway, this should be a little less work for me. There's a couple of little jobs to do, but they're so minor. It's just like a couple of cosmetic things, but we'll sort them out. We're on the right side of wrong with this one. We'll do a full-blown video on that coming up soon, probably in the new year. If I get a chance in between Christmas and New Year. Actually, I won't, because it won't be registered in my name to the 1st. So, yeah. Watch this space and watch out for the new year for more TF videos and see how Bernie gets on. Cheers, thanks for watching guys, bye.